your community, your family.
Good Wednesday morning and welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Grant Olson in for Dan Coons. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. That's right, it's Winning Wednesday, your chance to win a 4-pack of Wenatchee Wild hockey tickets. And these just aren't any tickets. These are tickets for any regular season game. So what you need to do is email us at winner@ncwlife.com, and we will compile all of that and pick a winner, and I will announce that tomorrow. So it's another Winning Wednesday here on the NCW Life channel. Good luck. Remember, once again, it's winner@ncwlife.com. Current weather conditions out there, we're seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies to kick off our Wednesday morning. Current temperature in the Wenatchee area 36, 39 the current temperature in Ephrata, 37 in Omak, and 38 the current conditions in Quincy. Lots coming up for you here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll have news from around north central Washington coming up a little bit later on as today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. We'll also take a look at sports. Everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And in the next half hour, we will introduce you to 2 more of the 10 candidates vying for the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty, and much more still to come. All right, before we get you into our weather forecast, let's take a trip around the Wenatchee Valley and take a look at our PTZ cameras. We'll begin with our Cascadia South camera as people get up and moving here on this Wednesday morning. You know, it's amazing. I come in at about 4:30 to 5, and there's more traffic than you would think at that early hour, and there you see some of it right now, folks getting ready to head out to work. Our next camera, we switch directions, and this is the Cascadia North camera. As you can see, some clouds capping the Cascades as we kick off our Wednesday morning. But as I also mentioned, temperature's not bad, around 36 degrees when we should be at about 26 for this time of year. So a pretty nice start to our day. Our next camera, let's head to number 1 Canyon. There's the sun as it begins to come up, and you can see some clouds with those with that sunshine this morning. We expect kind of a mix of clouds and sun today, so we will see some sun breaks at times. Our final camera, south shore of Lake Chelan, and yeah, socked in with clouds. Our friends up in the Lake Chelan area, you can just see parts of the lake, but a lot of those low-hanging clouds. So if you are making that morning commute up in that direction, be careful. You could run into some patchy fog, and that goes all the way up into Twisp, Omak, Okanagan, and over into Winthrop. So that's how it looks as we start off our Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at our weather forecast now and what we can expect. Some mountain snow is possible as we make our way through this week. We're talking off and on light mountain snow, maybe even into this weekend, but the bottom line is we're still February 7th, so be prepared for snowy travel at times. Lowering snow levels, especially tonight and into Friday. We're talking Loop Loop Pass, possibly Blewett Pass, and then of course Stevens and Snoqualmie, so just be careful out there. High temperatures today as we make our way into Wednesday, mid-40s in the Columbia Basin, 44 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 43 in Quincy, 42s for Wenatchee and Entiat, and then just a slight warm up as we move into Chelan and up into Omak and Okanagan, about 44 today. Leavenworth, your high temperature, 40 degrees. Taking a look at what we can expect now as we make our way through the week and into the weekend. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. It'll be fair out there with a few clouds, lows around 30 degrees. Getting you into your Thursday forecast, boy, this is where the forecast really gets nice. Partly cloudy skies. skies, big area of high pressure dominating our weather. We will warm up for Thursday too, with high temperatures in those mid-40s, and that goes for almost all up and down the west coast. Ending our work week on Friday, mostly sunny skies. Boy, it just couldn't be nicer for this time of year. We're expecting high temperatures on Friday in those mid-40s, and then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, not a bad weekend ahead, at least on Saturday. Notice low pressure scrunched in between two areas of high pressure. That will bring us some shower activity on Sunday, but not for Saturday. Partly cloudy, high temperatures, excuse me, to kick off our weekend in the mid-40s. And then for Super Bowl Sunday, cloudy skies as that low pressure slides through the area. About a 30% chance that we'll see some rain showers on Sunday with high temperatures in the low 40s. And then kicking off our next work week on Monday, back to the nice weather as high pressure just off the Washington coast, mostly sunny and nice. We'll see highs in the low to mid 40s for Monday, and not much changes in weather as we get you into our Tuesday forecast either. We're looking at partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy. Another storm system poised to move into the west coast. That will change our weather late next week, but not for Tuesday. We're going to warm up a little bit with high temperatures then in the mid-40s. All right, here's your 7-day forecast now. 31 degrees overnight tonight. We should top off, as we mentioned, at 42 today, and then a nice couple of days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Look at that, low to mid-40s for highs, mostly sunny on Friday. Sunday, our wettest day. Cloudy skies, a 30% chance of rain, and 42. And then back to the pretty decent weather for February, Monday and Tuesday. Sunny for Monday, cloudy on Tuesday with high temperatures both days in the low to mid-40s. And that's a look at your weather forecast. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll take a look at the latest news from around the area. It's 7:06, and you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect, no matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Come see how very different you will feel in your Bullfrog Spa.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
The new Hummer EV is everything you want in an all-electric vehicle. It's powerful, reliable, comfortable, and will take you anywhere you want to go, on-road or off. Why buy one of those lesser EVs when you can have one that uses them for traction? Order your Hummer pickup or SUV today from Sangster Motors, batteries included.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 7:08 on your Wednesday morning, and time to take a look at news. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say a Wenatchee man with a lengthy record fled from them while driving a stolen vehicle on Monday. 33-year-old Michael Dennis McGuire Was arrested and faces possible charges including fleeing police, resisting arrest, reckless driving, and possessing a stolen vehicle. Deputies say the stolen Toyota Tacoma was spotted heading on Highway 2, heading into Kashmir about 12:45 p.m. McGuire allegedly sped away from police through downtown Kashmir and then abandoned the truck and fled on foot with deputies pursuing. They finally arrested McGuire near Cottage Avenue and Woodring Street. He most recently served nearly 3 years in prison for multiple counts of forgery and identity theft. A Wenatchee man who was arrested after a concealed handgun fell out of his pants in Pybus Public Market has reached a plea deal in the case. 64-year-old Kenneth Stanley Berry was originally charged with unlawful firearm possession and carrying a concealed pistol without a permit after his gun fell to the floor of a Pybus restaurant last August. Berry has a past criminal conviction that barred him from possessing a firearm. In an agreement with Chelan County prosecutors, Berry pleaded instead to forgery and served 1 day in jail. He said he falsely filled out paperwork to buy the handgun last year, mistakenly thinking his criminal record had been expunged. Wenatchee Valley Port Commissioner J.C. Baldwin has the approval of a key Senate committee to serve as a state transportation commissioner. Baldwin was appointed to that board last July by Governor Jay Inslee, but has yet to be confirmed by the Senate. On Monday, the Senate Transportation Committee voted unanimously to recommend her appointment to the full Senate, which may hold a vote before adjourning on March 7th. By law, the governor's appointees can begin serving even before confirmation takes place. Baldwin has been attending commission meetings since August. The annual Homeless Point in Time Count survey was conducted throughout Chelan and Douglas counties on January 25th, and the results are in, showing an increase in unhoused individuals. Results recorded 141 unsheltered people in comparison to the 121 recorded last year. However, results also recorded 341 sheltered individuals. This was 27 people fewer than last year. Chelan County Commissioner Kevin Overbay said the data will help the Chelan-Douglas Homeless Housing Task Force establish priorities and projects for the next 5 years. The Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery and its sister operations have a new boss. Bill Gale joined the hatchery operation in 2008 and most recently served as its project leader. Last month, Gale was named complex manager for the system of fisheries on the Mid-Columbia, which includes salmon hatcheries in Leavenworth, Eniat, and Winthrop. The Leavenworth Hatchery alone rears 1.2 million spring Chinook salmon each year. In other news, the Community Foundation of North Central Washington has launched a new grant program and is seeking board volunteers to oversee fund distributions within communities. The new Legacy Fund grant program is replacing the Foundation's Regional Impact Grant Program, which ended last year, and will focus on distributing funds to community-centered charities across North Central Washington. Local advisory boards comprised of individuals from each community are tasked with reviewing applications and distributing funds. If you're interested in being on your community's board, you can apply on the Foundation's website. McKenna Little was recently crowned as the 2024 Miss Greater Wenatchee after competing in the Miss East Cascade Scholarship Competition. Part of her duties in her new role is to attend local community events. NCW Life News caught up with McKenna at the grand opening of the new People's Bank in East Wenatchee to learn about her pageant experience.
Honestly, it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I was born and raised in Wenatchee, and so being able to represent, my community and also the Miss America scholarship opportunity is absolutely amazing. So there's a few different responsibilities. I think first and foremost, I am the title holder for the Greater Wenatchee area, which is such a privilege. And the Miss America organization are has 4 points. We have scholarship, success, style, and service. And we really pride ourselves on representing those. And the big thing for me is service and engaging with my community. I am so excited to represent my community and to be out here. So thank you for having me. So I am at the People's Bank grand opening in East Wenatchee, and let me tell you, this building is beautiful. They did such an amazing job on it. I would like to tell everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wouldn't be here without my family, my friends, my coworkers, my community. I am who I am because of my community and because of this beautiful valley.
And congratulations. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports, today's obscure holiday, this day in history, and birthdays. It's 7:15, and you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, let me remind you, yes, that for all your latest news, weather, and sports, you can contact us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. You can also scan the QR code that's on your screen for all the latest news, weather, and sports. We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Wednesday. Time now to take a look at sports. Let's get right to the Les Schwab Prep basketball scoreboard with district play underway last night. Cashmere gave top-seeded Quincy a run for its money last night in the first round of the District 6 1A boys tournament, but the Jackrabbits prevailed 64-60. Cashmere's season came to an end. So did Chelan's, with the number 3 seed falling to the number 4 seeded Omak Pioneers. That final 65-55. On the girls' side of the tournament, no surprises, with Chelan ending Omak's season 57-38. Tonight, Cashmere hosts Quincy at 7 o'clock in a loser-out game. Meanwhile, Ephrata has a game at East Valley tonight at 6 o'clock in the first round of the District 5-6 2A tournament. Ellensburg will host Sela in the other game at 7. All teams advance past tonight. The seeding games in the District 5 and 6 2A girls tournament were held last night, with Sela downing Ephrata 56-38 and Grandview getting by East Valley 41-34. Here's what happened in the District 6 2B boys basketball tournament at Omak High School last night. Tenasket advanced to the district championship with a 78-63 win over Brewster. The Tigers will face Lake Roosevelt for the title after the Raiders dispatched Okanagan last night, 91-69. The girls will take center stage at Omak tonight with their district semifinal games. It starts with Brewster at Tenasket at 6, followed by Lake Roosevelt and Okanagan at 7:30. 4 games open up the District 6 1B boys tournament tonight in Soap Lake, and it's Soap Lake and Moses Lake Christian. Wilson Creek faces Riverside Christian in the first game at 6. That's at Soap Lake, followed by the Eagles and Pateros at 7:30. Eniat and Waterville Mansfield face off at 6 at Moses Lake Christian, followed by the Lions and Cascade Christian at 7:30. The first round of the District 6 1B girls tournament saw Eniat and Cascade Christian season last night, 54-34. Soap Lake advanced with a 59-27 win over Wilson Creek. Switching gears now, the Wenatchee Wild will try to snap a 2-game losing streak on home ice tonight in Western Hockey League action. Wenatchee plays host to the Tri-City Americans at the Town Toyota Center at 6 o'clock. For tickets, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. You can also hear the game broadcast live on 560 KPQ with Austin Andrade on the play-by-play. Well, there's only one college basketball game on the docket for tonight. Gonzaga plays host to Portland at 5 o'clock at McCarthy Athletic Center. The game will be broadcast on CBS Sports Network. All right, turning to the NFL now, Mike McDonald is settling into his first week as Seattle Seahawks coach. He and general manager John Snyder sat down with Jen Mueller, who, by the way, will be here later this week in Wenatchee to help judge the Apple Blossom Festival pageant.
My gosh, there has been so much anticipation and maybe curiosity leading up to the hire, so I'm sure that it has been a wide range of emotions. But John, what is the overriding emotion in the last 24 hours?
Has to be the excitement for all the players and the coaches that will be coming in and future players, the 12s, everybody in the building.
Hey Cliff, hey Mike McDonald, great to meet you. Awesome.
Mike, how many different emotions have you cycled through?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it feels like we've been here a few months, but it's only a couple days in, so there's a lot going on up here.
Yeah, maybe it'll take a while for it all to kind of play out.
Bit, absolutely.
Just a little bit. John, we've been waiting for this hire for what feels like forever. How long has Mike been on your radar?
Going to Michigan this year, I think there was like 24 players that the pro liaison talked to me about, So, probably that part, and then obviously when we played them and, watching what happened in that game was incredibly impressive. And then just talking to all the people that I'm friends with throughout the league and all of our relationships that we have, we kept talking about him.
Mike, your career path makes for such an interesting story. Your age is part of that. I am sure that at times that felt like something maybe you had to talk your way into or around or to overcome. But how did your age and your unique football background become an asset and something you could take advantage of?
Great question. I think you're in a spot to connect with your players. And, I didn't really have much of a life coming out of college, so I spent a lot of time studying and talking to folks and just trying to do the best job you can as, in the job that you had, and didn't have a lot of commitments outside of it, just being a young guy. So just spending a lot of time around the game, around the guys, being able to connect with them. I think that's what helped.
There you go. Set, hit, tight scrape. There, the baby. Good. There it is. Good. Get out. Set, boom, break. There. Woo! No drops today. All right, let's go now. Let's go.
You have also found a way to get the best out of all of your players, whether it was Aiden Hutchinson at Michigan, whether it was the 5 Pro Bowlers that you coached on defense this year. What's the secret sauce?
Connection. You got to connect with your guys. You got to understand them. You got to build relationships. And again, you're trying to create situations for your players to have success. So how do you do that? Well, you ask them to do things that they do well, and so you got to identify what they do well, and that comes through a lot of hard work. And you do that, and that's where you go from it.
John, you've scouted him as much as you've scouted any player, I'm willing to bet, in the last 10, 14 years. What do you think the secret sauce for him is?
The learning, the conviction to learn and keep growing. He's an evolver, and you can tell. I mean, he talked about his age, I was still toting the rock, scoring touchdowns when he was born. So I feel like we hired one of my nephews, you know? It's pretty crazy. So just that open-mindedness and like the creativity and like a confidence to just go for it. That it really stands out.
This is a special city, and this is a great football city, man, and we got the best fans in the world.
Lastly, Mike, you mentioned it just a little bit, but what do you know about the reputation of the 12s and what you can expect on game days at Lumen Field?
Well, I lived it in 2019, so it's very real, and I can't wait to experience it on our side. So it's a special thing. It's unique to the rest of the league. It'll be a big time advantage for us, you know, for a long time. So I'm excited.
And thanks to the Seahawks and Seahawks.com for that video. And that is a look at sports. 7:24 now. Let's take a look at obscure holidays. Before we get to our featured obscure holiday, also today is National E-Day. It's National Periodic Table Day, National Send a Card to a Friend Day. It's also National Marriage Week. Love you, Michelle. Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week, Have a Heart for Chained Dogs Week, and now we get to our featured obscure holiday. And even though serving noodles, by the way, it's Fettuccine Alfredo Day, and even though serving noodles with butter and cheese can be traced all the way back to the 15th century in a dish known as macaroni romaneschi, true fettuccine Alfredo, as we know it today, only goes back to about 1914. This is when restaurateur Alfredo De Lilio created the dish to entice his pregnant wife to eat while she was suffering from nausea. He whipped up a plain pasta dish that was made with butter and Parmesan. Eventually, he added it to the menu of his restaurant, the Via della Scrofa in Rome. In the 1920s, Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, two famous silent movie actors, tasted the simple recipe. They were extremely impressed by it and asked if they could take the recipe home to the U.S. They were granted permission and they happily returned to the States with the recipe in hand. Pickford and Fairbanks wanted to thank the restaurateur for not only serving them the dish but allowing them to take home the recipe, so they gifted the restaurant with a solid gold spoon and fork in 1927. They also included a picture of them enjoying the dish at the restaurant along with that silverware. The silverware was engraved with the words, "To Alfredo, the king of the noodles," and each one had the signature of either Mary Pickford or Douglas Fairbanks. Reporters caught wind of the gift, and soon all of Hollywood knew about that restaurant. Evidently, word got out among the general population too, as Alfredo's restaurant soon became a major tourist destination. During the 1940s, De Lilio sold the restaurant to a new owner. This new owner kept all of the pictures on the wall and also kept the name of the restaurant, Alfredo Al Scrofa, as well as the original menu. In 1950, De Lilio opened another restaurant with his son, Vero Alfredo. Now both restaurants claim to be the restaurant that originated Fettuccine Alfredo. And boy, that sounds good right now. Taking a look at this day in history, this date in 1812, it was the most violent of a series of earthquakes near Missouri. It caused a so-called fluvial tsunami in the Mississippi River. Get this, it actually made the river run backward for several hours. The series of tremors, which took place between December 1811 and March 1812, were the most powerful in the history of the United States. The unusual seismic activity began at about 2 a.m. on December 16, 1811, when a strong tremor rocked the New Madrid region. The city of New Madrid, located near the Mississippi River in present-day Missouri, had about 1,000 residents at the time, mostly farmers, hunters, and fur trappers. At 7:15 a.m., an even more powerful quake erupted, now estimated to have a magnitude of 8.6. This tremor literally knocked people off their feet, and many people experienced nausea from the extensive rolling of the earth. Given that the area was sparsely populated and there weren't many multi-story structures, the death toll was relatively low. However, the quake did cause landslides that destroyed several communities, including Little Prairie, Missouri. The earthquake also caused fissuresome as much as several hundred feet long to open the Earth's surface. Large trees were snapped in two, sulfur leaked out from underground pockets, and riverbanks vanished, flooding thousands of acres of forests. On January 23, 1812, an estimated 8.4 magnitude quake struck in nearly the same location, causing disastrous effects. Reportedly, the president's wife, Dolly Madison, was awoken by the tremor in Washington, D.C. Fortunately, the death toll was smaller as most of the survivors of the first earthquake were now living in tents, which they could not be crushed. The strongest of the tremors followed on February 7th. This one was estimated at an amazing 8.8 magnitude, a reading that ranks among the strongest quakes in human history. This series of large earthquakes ended in March, although there were aftershocks for a few more years. In all, it is believed that approximately 1,000 people died because of those earthquakes, though an accurate count is still difficult to determine because of a lack of an accurate record of the Native American population in the area at the time. Boy, how about those earthquakes? All right, birthdays on this February 7th. Happy birthday to John Deere. He was born in Rutland, Vermont, a blacksmith. He created the first successful self-scouring steel plow in 1837. Deere learned from his farmer customers that the commonly used cast iron plows of the day performed poorly in the sticky soil of the Midwest prairie. Soil clung to the plow bottoms and farmers had to stop and scrape off the dirt every few feet. Convinced that a plow with a highly polished surface would shed the sticky soil as it moved through the field, Deere made a plow using steel from a broken saw blade. The need for a self-scouring plow was so great, it said hundreds of people gathered at the farm of Lewis Crandall near Grand Detour to see the young blacksmith test his new product. It wasn't long before manufacturing plows became not only Deere's identity, but his business as well. Also, happy birthday on this date to Charles John Duffum Dickens. He was born in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, England. Dickens was an English writer considered by many the greatest novelist of the Victorian era. Many of his characters are still known around the world, Oliver Twist, Ebenezer Scrooge, David Copperfield, and so on. His books and short stories are still read widely today. In 1836, Dickens' first success came with the publication of The Pickwick Papers. This led to his rapid rise as an international literary phenomenon. His works also pioneered the use of serial publication, in which the stories would be published in monthly or weekly installments. Finally, our final birthday today. Happy 46th birthday to Christopher Ashton Kutcher. Known for his portrayal of Michael Kelso in the Fox sitcom That 70s Show, he also created, produced, and hosted Punk'd and had lead roles in the Hollywood film Jobs, Dude, Where's My Car?, Just Married, The Butterfly Effect, The Guardian, and What Happens in Vegas. Beyond entertainment, Kutcher is also a venture capitalist. He's a co-founder of the venture capital firm A-Grade Investments. Kutcher has also successfully invested in several high-technologically startups, including Skype, Foursquare, Airbnb, Path, and Fab.com. All right, that's a look at birthdays. And as we head to a break, a big thank you to our platinum sponsor here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Remember, for all your heat and air, call Alpine Air. And a big thanks also to Pool to Spa Services, first-class pool and spa services in North Central Washington. They're home to the Bullfrog Spa with Jetpacks Pool to Spa Services. They're located on Worthen Street in Wenatchee. And also a thank you to Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Their entire campus embraces a philosophy of healthy, fulfilled living to encourage happiness and longevity as they strive to help patients achieve the purposeful, active lifestyles that they desire. All right, coming up next, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion, and we'll have interviews with top 10 Apple Blossom Royalty candidates Caitlin Shearer and Ella Stamel as Wake Up Wenatchee Valley continues on this Wednesday, right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com, a legendary pizza tradition.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Localtel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So when the state government wants to change the rules about unspent used gift cards, did you hear about that? They want the companies who have been now keeping the money on unused gift cards to surrender that money to the state as unclaimed property. Well, I do think some changes need to be made to ensure you and I are compensated or advised that we have an outstanding credit on a gift card. But I don't see any reason for the government to get the excess. How many of our pockets do the politicians want to stick their hands in? Sheesh. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free.
Harvest Valley Pest Control.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now.
I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. They're committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives.
Continuing our profile of the top 10 candidates vying for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court. We'll all find out together, of course, on Saturday, February 10th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. You, lovely young lady, introduce yourself, and her last name might sound familiar. Go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Shearer. My last name might sound a little familiar because my sister was a princess a few years ago.
Well, let's start with that. She was a princess, and a darn good one. When you watched the coronation ceremony and the pageant a couple of years ago, you went, okay, when I'm a senior, I'm doing that, or going to try anyway?
Right. It was something that I just like immediately was like, this seems like it's a really cool experience, so I just wanted to be a part of it, you know?
What was it like to see your sister go through that? Because it's, and make the top 3 and be a princess, right, and do the parades and do the festivals. So you kind of an idea of the commitment.
Yeah, I saw that it was a really challenging experience and it was a lot of a time commitment for her, but it just seemed like she had such a good time with it that I was like, I wanted to be a part of it too, you know?
Did you ask her advice?
I did. I call her practically every day to tell her what has happened with Apple Blossom and to ask her questions about how to continue on, you know?
So for you, back on November 6th, when it was mandatory meeting day, your folks had done this before, so it wasn't like this is something new to you. For you, that was a formality. You were going to be in one way or the other?
I was still deciding at that point, to be completely honest. But I was excited, so I just wanted to like make sure I was eligible so I could decide either way. But sitting in that meeting and just like reading through the royalty manual and learning about it, I just knew I had to, you know?
Well, eligibility, no problem there. You need a good GPA, and that's not a problem at all. So you knew you were eligible. It's just, do I really want to do this? And you did.
Right. Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself since November 6th, and even since you made top 10 a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I think I've learned that I can do hard things. Because it's been very challenging. I mean, media training, immediately I was like, that is something that is scary to me, and getting to learn with Eric was just so enlightening. And I just learned so much about how to be on camera successfully and how to be on radio successfully. And so I just became really I was excited to do it, and that was one of the scariest things at the beginning. So that was just really helpful.
So you've grown as a person since then?
I would say so, yeah.
Are you missing, it's Friday, it's what, 10:45, are you missing a class right now?
I have an AP support class right now, so it's like I have homeroom, so yes, but.
Advanced placement support?
Yes. We sit in the library and just do our homework.
Okay. They call that management time when I was in high school, and I did not do it very well. Let's talk about Saturday the 10th. It's going to be one of the biggest days of your life, and I know you're only 17 or 18 years old. You're going to have a lot bigger days too, but Saturday is going to be near the top of the list, and you're going to spend the entire day from breakfast until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night,
right,
being judged. by judges, by people who do this and are well paid and professional judges in pageants. Are you prepared to be judged by people for an extended period of time?
I think I'm working toward being prepared. I think that it's going to be really fun, and I'm super excited to get to do it, but I'm a little scared. But I think that we as a group are really working toward being prepared, but I think I'm well on the way.
Do you like the other 9 girls? You get along pretty good?
Yeah, I think we all have gotten really close over the time that we've spent together, and I think I've met some of the best friends that I've ever had. So that's really nice.
At Eastmont and Wenatchee High School, these are big schools. Even though you go to school with 4 of the other candidates, doesn't necessarily mean you even know them, right?
Yeah, I met a couple of the Wenatchee girls in Apple Blossom.
So when the day is said and done, your homework is done, your obligations to whomever it is you have obligations to have been completed, and it's just Caitlin time to do whatever Caitlin wants to do, to be Caitlin and center herself. What do you do? Do you listen to music? Do you watch television? What do you do?
I mean, I'm a big fan of books, so if I have free time, I'll probably be reading something. And I am such a big music fan. I've grown up with music, and it's always just been a part of my life. So I love classical music, especially at the moment, so that's been really cool. Yeah, so I just like to listen to music, read books, sometimes watch a movie.
And just chill out.
Yeah. Just veg, you know.
Well, thank you. Best of luck on Saturday the 10th.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for dropping by and seeing us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, Caitlin. And you're watching the NCW Life channel.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
At Boswell's, take 10% off our extensive collection of stressless recliners and sofas, or get $400 off stressless Max and microcliners in luxurious Paloma leather, or classic power base recliners in any cover. Plus, get 10% off the new Stressless Sky customizable luxury mattress. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
Coverage of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant on the NCW Life channel is brought to you by Coldwell Banker Cascade. Call Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate for all your real estate needs in Central Washington at 509-888-8887.
Continuing our series of conversations as I and you get to know the Apple Blossom Top 10 Royalty candidates as we build up towards February 10th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, the Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank. Ella, say hello to our television family. I'll let you take it right now.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ella Stimmel.
You, let's see, it's Friday. It's about 12:30. What class are you missing right now?
I'm actually not missing any class because I'm running START. So I get to pick and choose kind of which classes I take and what time they're at. And this quarter, thankfully, I have all online classes, which makes it much easier to balance Apple Blossom in school.
Yeah, no doubt about it, because they didn't even have Running Start when I was in school. That was do you have to qualify? I'm not really familiar with Running Start. Do you have to like qualify? Do you have to have a certain GPA or?
There is a minimum GPA.
Okay.
I don't remember quite what it is. I think it's a 3.5.
Okay.
To be a Running Start student, and you have to be a good student, and then once you qualify, you can just go for it junior year, and it's been absolutely amazing.
You can qualify as a junior?
Yes, so I've been doing it for 2 years now.
So do you have to have a certain amount of credits towards graduation from high school, and then you can build them up at the college at the same time?
So depending on what diploma you're going for, you have to do specific classes for Eastmont High School or specific classes for Wenatchee High School. They're required to get their diploma, but I'm going for my AA as well, which means I need 90 credits.
A lot of people are doing that nowadays. So they graduate from high school and they graduate from college.
Yeah.
And they're already 2 years into the college experience.
Exactly.
That's pretty darn cool.
It's absolutely amazing. Such a great opportunity.
Let's go back to November 6th. Was that mandatory meeting? That was November 6th when you had the meetings that you have to show up.
The first mandatory meeting,
right,
yeah.
Which is like, if you're going to do this, you have to be at this meeting. You have to bring a parent or a guardian with you because they have to understand the process as well. Darcy stands up there and scares the bejesus out of everybody, just letting them know this is what you're getting into. So was this something you said when November 6th comes around, I'm going to run for Apple Blossom, or was it a last second decision? Did you talk to other people? How did you decide to try to begin with?
So I got a letter saying, you're a senior, you can run for Apple Blossom. And I had friends who'd done it before, and I thought, oh, this is really, really cool, but I don't know how it will work with school, but I'm gonna go to the mandatory meeting just because I wanna make sure I give myself that option after I find out everything I can. And then after the mandatory meeting, I was like, Mom, Dad, I really want to try this. And they said, okay, we're ready to support you and help you in any way we can. And then I made it to top 10, which was an awesome surprise. What was that like backstage at the PAC just a few weeks ago when all 28 of you or whatever are behind the curtain and they start calling out the names one by one? It was such an amazing energy. Everyone's so excited and nervous, and we're all holding hands and waiting to hear our names. And I'll admit, there were 2 spots left when I got called, and I thought, oh, it's not going to be me. Oh, no. And then they said Ella Simmel, and I was like, oh my goodness, and freaked out a little bit before heading out. And it was such a surreal experience, and it felt so good to know that even though they didn't make it, there were so many girls who were so happy for me and cheering me on. And now it's been this whirlwind. Yes. Since then. I mean, your days are packed around your personal schedule. You still got school, you got other things you got to do. And now you're doing public appearances all over the place, learning what it takes to be a poised young woman. Have you grown a lot? I mean, how much have you changed from all the way back from November 6th to now? How much have you changed? Or grown, if you will? That's such a great question. I think it's hard to say how I've grown, but I know I have. I just feel more confident because I have so much more experience doing things that are really out of my comfort zone, like giving a 3-minute speech and praying that I don't mess it up, or having to talk about myself on TV. It's scary, but I feel so much more confident in myself and know that I can do this. You like the other 9 girls? Absolutely. Yeah. I love them all so much. They are so sweet and kind, and I'm just so excited to get to work with them more and have had such an amazing time becoming friends with them. So Saturday, February 10th, all day, from beginning to end, you have breakfast, and then that process begins. You're going to be judged by judges, by people who are well compensated and they're professional and they know what they're doing. And you're going to be judged all day on almost everything. Are you ready for that? Are you prepared to be judged? I think so. I think especially in this day and age, you're being judged a lot. And I know, like, when I'm talking to my teachers, I know they're paying attention to who I am and what I want. And now it's just official that I know I'm being judged instead of just this unspoken. So I feel ready and I'm so excited. And then, of course, pageant night. Yes, it's a pageant, but it's also a show. Yeah. You know, people pay good money and they want to be entertained. You're going to be up there dancing and doing all kinds of cool stuff. So is that something you're comfortable doing? I am actually. I used to do theater a lot and I love to perform. I did dance. So they said we got to learn to dance and I was so excited. I was ready for that. And I get to wear a fancy dress, which who doesn't want to go on stage looking their absolute best in a fabulous outfit? So I'm so excited for this opportunity to perform and really get to show who I am. How long did it take you to pick your gown out? Because each of the 10 candidates gets to pick their own formal gown. Yes. How long did it take you to go through that process? Because that can't be easy. I tried on several, but then I tried on my gown, and then I was like, okay, stop the trying on. This is perfect. It's beautiful. I feel so happy and confident in it. So it didn't take too long once I found the right dress. I was ready to wear it. And you're working with consultants. People say this is a good color on you, or this is flattering, that kind of stuff. So that helps. That did help a lot, especially we had a color consulting a couple days before I got to go try on dresses, and I was like, okay, I know what I look good in, and now I just need to find the right fit.
I'm a little worried. My color consultant, this was years ago, because I said I'm going to be on television, and he said my best color was plaid. I thought that was. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So the day is over for you. I'm sure senior high school just flies by. Your senior in high school is like it's gone.
It's going very fast.
But you have, at the end of the day, all your commitments are done. Nobody's asking any time of you. It's just your time now. It's just Ella time. What do you do to when it's all said? Do you read a book? Do you just chill? Do you listen to music? What do you do to center yourself?
My favorite thing to do is I love to craft. And it can be any craft. I've picked up so many different crafts. I sew, I crochet, I bake, and I just love to put my headphones in, listen to music, and do one of the things that just make me happy and calm and spend a little time alone.
Any particular genre of music?
I'm really all over the place. I've got country music, I've got pop music, I got a little gospel music in there. It's all over the place.
Good for you, because you need to have eclectic tastes in music, I think.
Yes.
I think it makes you a more well-rounded person.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not particularly bright either, so.
Oh, I doubt that.
I'm just kidding, Ella. Best of luck on Saturday night.
Thank you so
from all
much.
of us here at the NCW Life Channel. And most important thing, best piece of advice, have fun.
I am ready to do that. I'm already having so much fun.
Thanks for paying us a visit. We
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much.
Yep. And you're watching the NCW Life Channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Check out ClubProCashmere.com for upcoming events and tickets.
Happy Valentine's, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is your one-stop shop for Valentine's gifts. Beautifully designed bright jewelry and handbags, new heart necklaces and earrings, and red sparkly earrings and charms too. Collins has started their great winter sale with sweaters, jackets, tops, boots, all at 50% off. We have new spring merchandise from French dressing, tribal, etc. And traveling to a warm climate, we have Jam's World, Tommy Bahama, David Klein are perfect for your trip. All at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find them?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
We are back at 7:57 on this Wednesday morning. 36 degrees with a little bit of fog currently in the Wenatchee area. And before we take one last look at weather, got to remind you today, that's right, Winning Wednesday. Your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to go to a Wenatchee Wild home hockey game. And it's not just the next one, it's of your choosing. And these just aren't any seats either, the premium section. So remember, it's winner at ncwlife.com. That's how you enter. We'll draw out a winner, and I will mention the winner and name the winner tomorrow during Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. All right, let's take a look at your weather forecast now. And even though we'll see some pretty decent weather with a mix of clouds and sun in the Wenatchee, greater Wenatchee area, we could have the possibility of some mountain snow showers this week. It's on and off light mountain snow, and that'll happen mainly in the Cascades, in the northern mountains of Washington State. There is a storm system moving through southern Canada, and that could kick off some snow in the mountains. So be prepared for that snowy travel at times. You all know that. You've been here long enough. It's winter time, so snowy travel could happen at any time, especially tonight into Friday morning. That's when our best chance will be for some light snow down into those valleys. All right, your 7-day forecast now. High temperature today should top off at around 42 degrees. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun. 31 overnight tonight. Partly cloudy for Thursday and 44 degrees. And then look at that, Friday, ending our week with mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the mid-40s. Keep in mind that our normal high temperature is around 40 degrees this time of year, so all of those temperatures slightly above normal. Saturday, no different. Partly cloudy. We will see mild conditions. High temperature on Saturday of 43, and don't forget that is the Apple Blossom Selection Pageant, and that'll happen at 7 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center, and I will be there along with Julie Agents-Kuntz for your pregame at 6 o'clock. Sunday, that's our best chance for rain showers. Cloudy skies, a 30% chance of the wet stuff, and 42. Back to the sun then on Monday and 43 with mostly cloudy skies then on Tuesday, but we're going to stay mild with a high temperature of 44. And that will do it for a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Grant Olson in for Dan Kuntz, hoping you join me tonight for the NCW Life Evening News, and then again tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a great day, everyone.